Hey guys, this is Amar from TickStrike Financial Juice, and I feel like a million other things. Just wanted to make a quick video to help you guys in terms of how to use TickStrike. A lot of people have been asking about, hey, how do I actually use this thing? And we also ran a poll of some of our members that have been using the software to see if they might have any unique ways to use the software that I haven't thought of. So we're going to run through that kind of stuff, and hopefully you'll find it really, really interesting. So one of the key big ideas I want to put across first, what TickStrike does is convert this stuff into sound. It allows you to listen to the underlying order flow. Now, we have a few markets where that's a bit more difficult to do. Like with FX, we kind of have to aggregate from multiple brokers. Same thing with Bitcoin. We're kind of aggregating from multiple brokers and trying to put the information together. We're also experimenting with this version of TickStrike with some new stuff like market internals, like the tick and the trend and this type of thing that don't have real underlying order flow. But we're experimenting with new ways of trying to show the exact same information on TickStrike. So pretty exciting. The internal side of things is relatively experimental. So please, have a play around with it. Let me know what you think of it, and your feedback is welcome. But the underlying idea is converting the buying and selling that's taking place in the marketplace into sound. There's some other variables that are part of the mix as well, but this is the core idea behind what we do. TickStrike as a piece of software and as a tool is designed to be strategy agnostic. Now, what I mean by this is it doesn't matter how you trade. As long as you're a day trader, you can incorporate TickStrike into pretty much any methodology. So whether you trade order flow, whether you're looking for divergences on the MACD, RSI, stochastics, you might be a market profile trader, you might be a correlations trader, you might be pairs trading, you might be doing a million different things. Anything you can think of, you can apply TickStrike in one way or another. So that's pretty interesting. Um, Another key variable in the mix with TickStrike and what the idea is all about. TickStrike is all about helping you make money. And as a trader, where you make money is volatility, right? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for movement. We're looking for something to happen. We're looking for, you know, some type of action to take place that we want to take advantage of. And TickStrike, that's what it's all about. It's all about helping you find, interpret, and discover that movement. So as I kind of mentioned briefly in the introduction, we, kind of sent out an email to our user base in order to ask how they're using TickStrike. What are the core ideas that they're looking for? And these are the main camps that people kind of put their ideas across in. So correlation trading, momentum trading, looking for breakouts, which I suppose is very similar to momentum trading in some ways. Confirmation of their trade. So they might have a methodology that they employ and they use it for confirmation. Capitulation, trade management, divergence, after spike, news trading. So these are the few kind of overarching ideas that people put across. There's multiple different strategies, but these are what I gleaned from people. Um, so what I'm going to do is try and go through some of these ideas quite quickly. I have video for some of them, but unfortunately I don't have it for all of them. So I'm going to try my best to explain some of these ideas as best I can. So let's move on to the first one. So the best, probably most obvious way to use TickStrike is correlation, right? So if you're an S&P futures trader, you basically have the TickStrike window up for the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow. And when you see these markets moving together, that gives you a good indication of that there's correlation, that there's strength behind a particular move, and that's something you're looking for. And that follows into momentum, right? So you've entered a trade, you're looking for the market to provide you with momentum, and TickStrike is an amazing way of actually being able to listen to that momentum, to actually hear it coming into the market, to hear the flows coming into the market. So that's really powerful. Breakouts. So on this example, I've got a little video for you as well, but Another easy, obvious way to use TickStrike. Hopefully this video works in the way that I'm hoping. So I'm going to hit play on it and the sound should come through. So what we're seeing right now is the market in crude oil testing the lows at the moment. We're hearing some sell flows coming in as we test those lows. It's a support level. It could be a squeeze that's taking place in the market right now. So some low volatility accumulation that's taking place. And what we're seeing is the market kind of in an environment where there isn't a huge amount taking place, coiling up, ready for some movement. And a lot of the time, you won't see much from TickStrike and that's happening, but when the breakout takes place, you will see it suddenly come to life. You'll hear the sounds that you're hearing, you see the market moving down, and you'll see volatility in a move continuing and a lot of opportunity to make money as a trader. So that's a quick example for you in terms of breakouts. Another way to use TickStrike, which is contrary, which is as a contrarian, is capitulation. So with capitulation, what you're looking for is the meters to be at extremes after an extended move. So you're looking for level 13, 14, 15 after an extended move. And sometimes that's the signaling of a bottom when all the stops have been taken out, the market has been completely liquidated its positions. Well, the people that are in the wrong direction have liquidated their positions, and you'll see this flurry of orders coming in, and you'll see high levels on TickStrike. I'm going to hopefully put together some further videos with some more examples of this, but I'm hopefully going to try and convey the concepts across to you guys. Another obvious way to use TickStrike is in trade management. There is an old saying that we often hear, which is letting your winners run and cutting your losers short. Now, one of the things that a lot of traders struggle with is making that an objective thing to do. But with TickStrike, you're actually listening to the flows. You're listening to what's happening in the market at any given point in time. And if you're in a short and you hear those sell sounds coming in, you hold on to that trade a bit longer, right? You just keep holding on to it. If you're suddenly start hearing buy sounds coming in, it might be a good idea to exit that short. It could be that simple an application of the software and of the tool to objectively let winners run and cut those losers short. And I feel like it's something a lot of traders are looking for. Another key example and a key idea, and that I have a video for, is divergence. So in the previous example, we showed how correlation can be used to find momentum in a market. Well, what I'm showing you right now is the NASDAQ moving higher, and we've got the underlying. I'm just going to pause this for a second. We've got the NASDAQ that's moving higher. The NASDAQ 100 consists of the 100 stocks that are in the NASDAQ, but it's heavily weighted towards what are known as the FANG stocks, which is Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google. These stocks have a weighting of around, I don't know, 40% or so of the NASDAQ. So they have a significant bearing on how the NASDAQ moves. Now, the NASDAQ right now, it's making higher highs, and we're on the verge of testing this new high here. However, the FANG stocks that are most heavily weighted in that particular market, they are not confirming these new highs. So if I let the video run, you'll see where we're moving up. And we're seeing some sell flows coming in from Facebook. And we're making new highs, right? Right now, these should be screaming green, confirming that new high, but they're not. We're hearing sell flows coming in, Apple coming in with sell flows, Amazon coming in with sell flows, Microsoft coming in with sell flows. There's no confirmation of that new high. If anything, it's indicating a reversal. So that's incredibly powerful. You can use the correlation side of things on a broader level with just the immediate futures indexes like the YM, the NASDAQ, the S&P together, or you can use the underlying. And the underlying, if you're trading specifically the NASDAQ, it's pretty powerful. I find it incredibly useful myself. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through this video. We see the selling continues here, and it led to a nice little move, little sell-off, little bits and bobs of green along the way. But what we're looking for is as much confirmation as possible from as many different stocks as possible, and that's basically what we saw here in this move. It's real strength behind the move. So that's a good example of divergence in TickStrike as a way to use the tool. So this chart is actually from the non-farm payroll that we had the other day, and I wish I recorded it, but sadly I did not. One of the key ideas that I mentioned about the usage of TickStrike is that TickStrike is a volatility discovery tool. It's about helping you discover volatility. Now, many traders know about spike trading, where you have a piece of software that enters you into a trade, and that's a cool way to trade, cool way to enter. However, what you also have with news events is volatility after that initial spike has taken place, which is what we see here. And TickStrike gives you an amazing opportunity to be able to objectively trade this volatility, to trade the movements that take place here. So it's a really cool way to kind of adapt to whatever's happening in the market. I mean, it's a good volatility is always the opportunity to profit, and that's the main thing that we do, is try and help you discover a few good ways to do that. So as time marches on, we're going to try and put together more and more video examples. We're hoping that you guys as traders will share some of your thoughts, maybe in blog posts, maybe in videos that you create yourself. And we will try and create an ecosystem of ideas around trading with TickStrike. So pretty exciting times. If you've got any interesting ways that you use TickStrike yourself or any comments, please just drop me an email, Amar, AAMAR, at TickStrike, TickStrike.com, TickStrike.com. So thanks a lot, guys. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Keep those questions.